Also joining us from Boston is human rights activist Kashif Chaudhry, who had to also escape from Pakistan due to the repression of minorities there. Now, Mr. Chaudhry, thank you so much for joining us on Times Now. Why is the bill meant to protect minorities being opposed in Pakistan? And especially we're seeing a lot of this opposition in the Sindh province.
In Pakistan, sadly, what's been happening over the last few years and decades has been the fact that extremist mobs from extremist religious parties like Jamaat-ud-Dawa, Jamaat-e-Islami, Jamaat-e-Ulama-Islam, all these parties have actually ganged up on politicians, on activists, and have their say somehow by hook or by crook. What has happened in Sindh is very unfortunate. I mean, I give credit to the Sindh government that they had the courage to actually think about this bill and kind of pass this bill. But, just days after it was passed, we've seen what's happening in Pakistan. Even Jamaat-e-Islami, Jamaat-e-Ulama-Islam, all of these, the mullahs from these sects have actually ganged up on the government and said that the government is un-Islamic. The Sindh government is un-Islamic if it passes this bill. And all the bill is about is protection of minority rights against forced conversions of young Hindu girls in Sindh. But we've seen that, it's very unfortunate, but there's been a lot of mob mentality and, extremist pressure from these right-wing groups.
But what are the specific objections, if you can, shed some light on that, of the Islamic parties in Pakistan who seem to be opposing this bill right now?
This bill in Sindh is specific to the, there's a lot of clauses, but this clause in particular, which the extremist parties are against, is particularly concerning the Hindu minority in Sindh. Hindus are present in large numbers in Sindh and Balochistan, and we know that they have been the targets of different kinds of crimes. For example, kidnapping for ransom, girls have been abducted, and according to many groups, one of them I would quote is Aurat Foundation, which is a very credible women rights organization. About 1,000 Hindu girls are forcibly converted to Islam in Sindh province alone every year. So that's about 3 girls being forcibly converted to Islam in Sindh province every day. That's very alarming. And so because of this alarming state of affairs in Sindh, one Hindu member of parliament in Sindh, his name is Nand Kumar, he last year proposed that a bill should be passed against such forced conversions. And this year we saw that, this was successfully passed. It's still on the table. It's being considered. And what this law basically states is that, girls who are minor, who are below the age of 18, cannot be forcibly converted to another religion. They cannot change their religion. And anyone who is guilty of forcibly converting someone, a Hindu girl, to Islam, would be jailed for 5 years. And anyone who conducts a marriage wherein the girl has been forcibly converted would be jailed for 3 years. I think this makes complete sense. I mean, you see, people say, the mullahs are saying that this is un-Islamic because people should have the freedom under constitution to change their religion. I agree, people should have the freedom to. But then why is it that only Hindu girls are being forced into Islam? Why are no young Muslims converting to the Hindu religion? And why is it only girls? Why is it not boys? We can clearly see that there's an element of a force here that is involved, and that is what the bill specifically addresses, and that is why there's a need for such bill in the province of Sindh, where this is happening a lot.
Kashif Chaudhry, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time out and sharing your views with Times Now. Also on the phone line with me now, Deepak Bhojwani, former